The PALM scheme has become a popular means for Timorese to work overseas and gain special skills. In an interview this week with the Australian ambassador to Timor-Leste, Caitlin Wilson, the ambassador addresses issues concerning the PALM scheme and details benefits for those working on the scheme and for people wishing to know more about the program. What impact has the PALM scheme had on Timorese workers, their families, and the broader economy?
The benefits for Timorese, particularly workers, but increasingly we're offering opportunities for a smaller number to bring their families, is firstly employment. We're moving more into semi-skilled and skilled employment pathways for workers, and that also comes with specialist training, and it will be increasingly at certificate level, which is recognised by Australian employers. Thirdly, it's an income. What we've also seen is a large proportion of income being sent back to Timor-Leste as remittances. The skills we really see as a really fantastic part of PALM, and as I mentioned, it's an area that we're making stronger and making really more important. Practical skills including how you run a business, how you manage your budget, how you actually set up and employ other staff. Those are all skills you can take advantage of.
What sectors in Australia currently have the greatest demand for Timorese workers?
It's often in both unskilled and semi-skilled areas. So at the higher skilled, we look at areas such as nursing and medical assistance. So those are higher skills needing tertiary qualifications. Semi-skilled includes, as I mentioned, technical vocational skills, certificate standard skills, including in caring. So that's a really important area of employment in Australia, many employers in that area. We're increasingly also offering placements in hospitality and tourism.
There is a report from the UN Special Rapporteur that workers under the PALM scheme are being exploited through deceptive recruitment, excessive deductions and harassment. What was the government's response to this report?
The Australian government is certainly well aware of that report and has responded to the allegations in that report over several years. What I will say is that Australia has a zero tolerance approach to worker exploitation and also wants to ensure the protections of all workers. That includes workers who are employed under the PALM scheme. You may be aware that Australia has a very strong system of laws, worker and employment laws, protections, and a union system. This is for all workers. So what we have done for PALM workers over the last few years in response to these allegations is to make sure that the standards that are legislated for and the protections are even higher for people engaged under the PALM scheme. So what we reinforce for anyone who is working in Australia, and particularly for PALM workers who may not always have as strong English skills, is to know your rights and to know how to report.
Earlier this year, President Ramos Horta wrote an opinion piece arguing that the PALM scheme delivers far greater economic benefits to Australia than Timor-Leste and other participating countries. How does the Australian government respond to that assessment?
I would simply say that the PALM scheme is it's a scheme that offers mutual benefits. So it's supported with countries that have requested to participate in the scheme. It is a participatory scheme, so both employers and employees need to want to do the scheme. There are mutual benefits. So we would say that when you're comparing benefits, it's not going to give you the right story to try and compare economic benefits, because it has benefits for both. Some of the non-monetary benefits that we've discussed already are training, skilling, qualifications. In Australia, if you're an Australian resident or citizen, you have to pay to do skills and to get a qualification. When you have the opportunity to get skills as part of the program, then that's already an immediate benefit, but it may not have a monetary value associated. Now, of course, if you're working in Australia, you need to speak English. If you want to work in quite a few parts of this region, you need to speak English because it's the language of ASEAN. So this is a really great opportunity as well for skilling and having access to a new training area that has individual and professional benefits, both immediately and down the track.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.